Good morning, YouTube. We got the dollar here. We got major news hitting in 4 minutes. Now, the dollar's been bearish, but as you can see here, we are not respecting these last up candles or a bearish order block. So, I'm thinking minimum, even if the dollar's still going to go lower, I think we'll come up at least into this area. We could hit these and then roll over. But just with my gut, I won't be surprised if we go above these highs. Dig into this. Now, if we do that, that's 90, it's about 85, 90 pips. If we get that shoot up there, I would be, quote, as Michael would say, ICT, I'd be done for the day. Just a little risky because, we've been bearish here and, we're seeing a potential reversal. We have all these inefficiencies. Price has been dropping, fairly hard. So we'll see. The euro here. This candle here was the major news for the euro. We had the main refinancing rate hit at 8.15. So that's what this was. And to be honest, I'm looking, if we see in the dollar, that spike up, euro should go for these lows into this area. Theoretically, the pound should do that too, but I'm bearish on the beast still. I want to see this area hit. So if they're both going to be dropping, but the euro's going to be dropping harder, I wouldn't expect, the pound to hit these lows like I'm looking for the euro to do. I would have much rather have seen this low be held before news, and then when news hits, maybe get a run up in here and then get a run lower for the equal lows. Now it could be seen as, oh, we're filling in this gap, old area of buying. We took out stops here, we're gonna go higher, but I'm still looking for this area. And we got 1 minute, T minus 1 minute. Look at these. We got very nice equal lows in here for the pound. Big inefficiency here that it could at least dig into. Doesn't have to go all the way down, but dig into it. So this area here, as you can see, it's a gap on the 5-minute chart. And even though we didn't, respect it and keep going lower, on this candle, we came up into it and then we had a nice reaction off of it. And then once this candle comes up the second time through, I'm questioning the strength of this gap. And then on, this candle, we take out the highs. So obviously the gap wasn't a factor. And we'll see. Let's see what these numbers are. Not that I care what the numbers are. They're just using them to manipulate. And they're always delayed too. They don't just right at 8:30 come out. You got to keep refreshing. So the major 8:30 news for the dollar is the advanced GDP quarter over quarter growth. Forecast is 2.3%, actual is 2.6, so good for the dollar. But as you see, what could be good isn't just going to be bullish in price. Now what's interesting about this, Alright, so did you notice, do you see what I'm seeing in price? So the dollar came above the highs, previous day around 1245 to 1300. The euro came below the lows, but the pound did not break the lows. So that's, potential S&T divergence. So we could be seeing right now a reversal in New York with what I'm seeing, depending on where we close. If this candle closes below, these up close candles, then we can see a return and continue lower. If we get a strong rejection in the same candle, then we could be looking for that area. It all really just depends on how this candle wants to close, because it could just be coming down into here, getting more buys, and then continuing higher. And with the news coming out, at least on the red news, right? So we have high impact, and then there's also 4 medium impact for the dollar. Unemployment claims, which were medium, they forecasted 219,000. It came in 217,000, so not bad. But the other 3 medium impacts were all red. So we'll see how the dollar wants to react off that. Now that S&T divergence could just be stops being built in for the pound here, because we didn't. So this hourly candle, right, took out the high. This hourly candle took out the lows, but this hourly candle didn't take out these lows. So at the moment, S&T divergence. But here's the trick. Because this hourly candle hasn't closed yet, within the next 30 minutes, if this candle can come below it, and then if you looked back on this chart in 5, 6, 7 hours, if this candle does go below it, you wouldn't even know that this was a potential S&T divergence, because all these hourly candles would have respectively took out the highs and lows. You know what I'm saying? I used to jump on S&T divergence, like right now, right? I would be like, oh, S&T divergence, and I'd look to buy this, but this candle can easily, keep going lower within the next 3 15-minute candles, and then it wasn't an S&T divergence, right? But if this hourly candle closes above here, then we're talking about a better chance of an S&T divergence happening. So So the beast went below this low, and we're having a small retracement. It can retrace up into. It can retrace up into this area. Old selling, bearish order block. Don't want to see this high taken out. This high gets taken out. I mean, that would be a big move from where we're at now anyway. I mean, it's 40 pips. We take out this high today. I'm not going to look for this area. So let's take this off. Let's see what the dollar wants to do. And my gut's still saying it wants to go higher. We're just coming down into an old area of buying, filling this gap. Now though, since this 15-minute candle immediately came down and repriced, I want to see this 15-minute candle. It doesn't have to shoot up 60 pips, but I do want to see it attack this high, or at least close with an indecisive candle, because that'll show that the algorithm is picking up the orders and moving away. Right, if we're bullish on the dollar, when it comes down into old areas of buying, we want to see price leave there. We don't want to sit, right? We don't want to sit in the consolidation like this over here. That's not what I'm looking for. I want to see this. I want to see the dollar start to move up now. and as it moves up, then we can start talking about, okay, we've got this efficiency here. Because all we did was, an institutional order flow entry drill low, but I wanted to come up more, and I wanted to come up for these highs. Now, while we let that go, I'm going to take you over. I did take a short. I just want this to look clean. There we go. I did take a short in London. If you look at the time, I was only in, well, I was in the euro here for 20 minutes. I was in the pound for an hour. Took a 0.25%, and I'll show you. So right here, when this candle was coming up, so this candle was at 11.15, right? And I took this trade at 11.23. So as this candle was rejecting, I saw these equal highs, and then we had the fair value gap. So my thought was, okay, even if the dollar's bearish and we're going to keep going lower, I want to see price come up into here and then go lower. So I said, worst case scenario, I can get, from here to down there was, I'm not going to go to the low because I didn't, but it's still 30, 35 pips. Now, regrettably, I wish I would have switched these lot sizes on. So let me just show you. 11.23. Just going on a 5-minute chart. 11.20. All right, so 11.23 is in here. I was selling into this bearish order block, right? And I didn't get any. I got a few pips of drawdown. I mean, 5 pips max. And let's see. I got out at 1561. So we wrote it down to now look at that. I got out around here and then price retraced. So price was just moving straight down for me. Now because I saw this price action so bearish, and with my bias on the beast, I said, hey, let me hop in the dollar, let me hop in the euro. So 12.12. Yeah, so I believe, and what price did I get in at? 51. Yeah, so I am selling below this low. My thought is, hey, if we're bearish and the pound already sold off of its bearish order block up here, then I just want to get in on a fair value gap and let's ride it down. Obviously, hindsight, I wish I would have held, but once the dollar hit this level and we did this like consolidating type thing, we had high, 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 we were dropping lower. I was like, you know what, let me just take my 0.25%, go into the weekend. My profit split day is in 2 days. So I took 2.5% in 2 weeks. Not great, but hey, 2.5% is 2.5%. So, I'm officially done trading for the week, and then next week I'll get my clean 200,000 FTMO account again, and we'll trade off that. Now, something that I want to put in here, because it was pretty, I think it was pretty impressive. So my video yesterday, let me see if I can do this. Must have been the 5 minute. Okay, so the video yesterday, if you watch it as the CAD was dropping, right? So this is the news. Was the news here? Hold on, I don't want to mix this up. Okay, news is at 10 a.m. Yeah, so right here, 10 a.m. On this candle, I said, and you can go back and check it, I said, I want to see a big body candle. I want to see this close. I want to see a big body candle close below it. I want to see a fair value gap. Price can come back up, fill in the fair value gap, and continue lower. And I said that when this candle was forming. I Nostradamus this pair yesterday. I called it before. I didn't just say, oh, I want to see price go lower. I said verbatim, I want to see a big body candle come up, fill in the gap, and continue lower. So I just want to give myself a little pat on the back. And if you're like, oh, it's a 5-minute chart, how many pips is that? Well, and I didn't take the trade. I'll be fair, I didn't take the trade. So I can't be like, oh, look what I did. But that's 90 pips. I mean, even if you take it from here down to this area, you're still going to get, what, 50, 60 pips? Yeah, I mean, 50, 55, 60. So you don't believe me? Go to my previous video and watch it. You know, you'll see it. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to be rejecting off. But we'll still see. Like I said, we still got 15 minutes for this candle, this hourly candle to close. Well, with that being said, I'm going to call it for today. It was a profitable day for me. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Hope it was a profitable day for you. Hopefully you stole some pips from the market. If you took a loss, hopefully you didn't get smoked too bad. Be safe out there. Keep your heads up. Catch you tomorrow. Thanks.